Well, hello world, welcome to Raccoon Point Studios. I'm Sean Bombs, and today I want to share with you my thoughts on the Boss ME-90 after having it for around 8 months. I have a few videos that I've done on it, an unboxing, a playthrough, kind of a loop thing where it just goes through all the effects and all that stuff. And today I want to talk to you about what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So I'm going to start off with what I don't like about it. You'll notice that I have a tuner on the floor right next to it. So that's the first thing I don't like about it. The tuner absolutely sucks. It's not accurate. It's not quick. You know, when you're tuning it, it takes a minute for it to actually work. Sometimes it doesn't know what note you're trying to tune or string you're trying to tune. So it's just not that good. The other thing I don't like about it is the software. Certain things you can only get to using the software. So if you set it up just right, and you have patches and everything like that, and you're using the insert on here to maybe put a fuzz pedal in between things, and you have it set up for gigs, then it's fine. But if you're doing band practice and you're trying to fly around for things and you want something in there, say you want the fuzz before or after something, or your own distortion before or after, whatever the effect is, then you are kind of stuck. You have to go hook it up to a computer to switch the order of where that is. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me in the comments, but I have not figured out a way to do it any other way. The other thing I don't like about it is the headroom on it is really, really bad. So when you're using it as an standalone pedal and you're using the amps built in, I don't think they're that great, and they distort quick. Like, they not distort in a guitar musical way, like in a clippy kind of way, like maybe there's really crappy converters in this thing. Now I know it's a budget pedal, but I mean, it's 2024. I think this came out in 23. There's no reason that converter should be cheap in these things. So that being said, let's talk about the good stuff. The good stuff is you have plenty of sounds at your disposal. If you're somebody that's newer to playing and you don't know what effects you like, then this is a great pedal to get you started, to figure out the stuff that you like. And then if you move forward and want something a little bit more robust or build like an actual pedal board, then you'll kind of have an idea of what kind of effects you like, you know. So that's good. And the other thing is, it is able to just like plug it into your audio interface and just start recording guitar and stuff like that. It has the preamp section with its own cabinets. You can load third-party IRs, although it is kind of tedious and time-consuming to use the app for that. It's just slow. All the effects are decent. You have an expression pedal, which I love. I always, on the ME-50, like the resonance and the voice on the expression. For some reason, they don't have the resonance on this one, just the voice. So you have a lot of good effects. You have reverb on its own thing. That's the other thing I like. You have an ability to use this as a stomp box type of setup, because you have a foot pedal for just about anything. And then, yeah, so you have all that, which is great. So if you don't want to use presets and have like the problems that can happen when you have presets and you're going in between sounds, sometimes there's like a split second of delay before the new sound kicks on. If you put this in the manual mode, then you will be able to hear your sounds instantly, and you can have your delays and reverbs trail after you turn the effect off, so that's always good. And there's a lot packed into here, so the pros, I feel, definitely outweigh the cons. especially if you're a newer guitar player. The other thing I wish they did put in here was MIDI. You know, it's just kind of, these days, something without MIDI is kind of crazy. But, you know, it is at a lower price point. So you have a mono in and a stereo out, which isn't a big deal. I wish the effects loop was stereo in, stereo out. They could have put that on TRS or whatever and then left it up to the end user to get splitter cables or something. But that's the way they did it. So let's go in through some sounds and you can kind of make your own ideas or decisions. I'm going to go through my Marshall JVM 410H on the clean channel into an aux box by Universal Audio with a Marshall style cabinet emulation on. And I'll go through some sounds and then we'll discuss some of it. And you guys tell me what you like or if you don't like or whatever. Right now I have delay on and the voice expression on. So I'll show you that real quick. So right off the bat, you get a nice shoegazy type of sound if you want that. And then you can turn that off. You don't need that. And now you have a volume pedal, which is cool because then you can do swells with your delay on. So that's pretty cool. You also have whammy on here. I'll show you that real quick. So that's some of the stuff for the expression. There's more, but it's a lot to go through. So I'm just going to show you those two. Now I'm just going to leave it on this regular thing. And we're going to check out some of the delays. I'm going to kind of move backwards or around. You know what I'm saying? There are some cool delays here. This is a standard digital delay. So there's, you know, no like character or whatever. Alright, and now this is an analog delay, so it's going to be like a Memory Man by Electro Harmonics, Bucket Brigade type of thing. And that's why you hear that kind of noisy, fuzzy thing. That's what would, you know, it's mimicking what would happen with those old analog chips, especially at slower delay rates. And I have the effect on this all the way up so you can really hear it. So let's check out another one. Here's tape. And the tape, you know, it's pretty cool. It has more of a like a chorusy effect in the delay. I don't know why, but maybe it's trying to have like a Space Echo 301 type of thing going on. All right, so let's check out warm. And with the warm, it's just not as bright on the repeats as it is with the standard delay. So that's all you get. And then you have your modulation. And then here's your reverse. And then tempo is just, you can put that on there. Maybe you might have a patch or something that you have that delay, and that way you can go to that if you're trying to keep in time with the drummer. And then here's my favorite one. I never had the Terra Echo until I had this, and it actually made me go out and get a used Terra Echo pedal. So I'm not going to go through them all, but you have a looper in here, you have a shimmer. I don't like the shimmer, and you have a reverb that does have like a delay with some kind of reverb in it. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. All right. You have your own standalone reverb button here, but the reverb is very limited on here. You have 3 different reverbs. You have a room, a hall, and a spring. The thing I liked about the ME-50 is it had 4 reverbs. So one was a modulated reverb, but I'm not really a fan of spring or hall or room on guitar. So I'm just going to play the hall real quick. Modulation. Here's some vibrato. And then, of course, you can go crazy with it. You know? And you have your chorus. I feel like the chorus is really good on here. I mean, it's Boss, so it's gotta be, right? Let's, cool. So, again, I'm not going to go through all of them. So, you get the point, though. You have compression, which I will adjust a little bit here. So you heard how when I kicked it off, I was still playing the same lightness, but you didn't hear it as loud as anymore. So you can play lighter and have it bring all that low level detail up and get some sparkly, creamy, weird tones that you can't get without that. You know, it's a little trick that we like to use sometimes to just add a whole different texture and vibe to things. So you have that. I'm not going to do the amp because we're connected to an amp and I already have stuff on that. But so the Achilles heel, I feel like, is the overdrive on this pedal. And this might make or break for a lot of people, but I'm just not a fan. I wouldn't use this for its overdrive. I feel like its main strengths are that compression, the modulation, and the delay, and that having an expression. So let's try overdrive. This is the Rat. See what this turbo does. See, it's can be very tinny. Now you do have an equalizer built into this if you want to use that to try to tame some of that stuff or shape it, but it's just, you know, one extra thing you have to fiddle with. I like when I kick on a distortion, everything at noon, it's pretty much close to how it should sound, and then you just kind of dial in a little bit from there. Here's a fuzz. This is supposed to be a big muff. So the cool thing though is if you have it on this tap tempo, you can use the expression pedal to bring that in and out. So that can be incredibly useful. But like I said, it's very, to me, to my ears, the distortion and the fuzz on here are very shrill, okay? So let me try one more. Let's try the tube screamer that's in here. And you can use this effects channel for, say you want 2 delays going on at the same time. So as you can hear, this pedal can get you a lot of different sounds. You can get from psychedelic, shoegaze to classic rock type of sounds. It's definitely got a lot of bang for your buck. You know, you have all these pedals at your disposal. If you want to use it as a stomp box type of thing, you can save presets. You do have an effects loop. My biggest problem, I think, with this pedal, though, is the implementation of the app and the pedal itself, like how certain things you have to go into the app for, which can slow you down if you're in a band setting and you want something right there. You have to figure that out, and oh, let me get my laptop or something like that. That can be a little daunting. So, you know, that's my biggest thing. And the overdrive sounds, I really do not like any of them. You know, some of them are okay and usable, but I don't want okay and usable, you know what I mean? So who's this pedal for? I would say it's for the beginner guitar player, somebody, or intermediate, somebody that's still, you know, learning their craft and, you know, wants to get into effects and just doesn't know which pedals to buy. Because, you know, if you're buying singular pedals, it's going to add up very quickly. Nowadays, pedals are like starting at $200 compared to back in the, you know, 80s and 90s. For like certain little Boss pedals might be $30 to $50, except for like their delay pedals were more expensive. But you know, but I'd say, you know, you're getting a lot with the foot pedals. The expression pedal does have a built-in tuner. I don't like the tuner in it. I won't use it, but there's apps on your phone these days you can use that are probably better than the tuner in there. So, you know, I'd say beginner to intermediate, it's good. Somebody just starting a band and you just want something, I mean, and maybe you don't use a lot of effects, you just need something here and there. You want a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay here and there, maybe a chorus here and there, and you already have your overdrive setup that you like, you know, then this pedal probably will work really well for you. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, hit the like, hit the bell, stay notified when I upload. I try to do once a week here. Sometimes it's guitar pedals, sometimes it's music production, sometimes it's video cameras. That's it. See you later. Bye.